We're pulling away from the digital again now, back to Suzanne's territory, which is a love of print and that original tactile quality that it has. Alice Gage is the founder of Ampersand magazine, which is a lavishly produced art journal. On a budget, of course.
Tree book. That's what it looks like. I'm talking about Ampersand tonight, and I'm also talking about the idea of digital versus print. So this one should actually say Alice Gage's problem, external hard drive, because this was my problem tonight. It died, and so a lot of the images that you're going to be seeing are improvised from Google Images. So I just thought I'd let you know, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit on that one. Here I am in Paris in 2006. Now, it was during this trip that I actually kind of discovered what magazines are, which isn't a glossy, sort of disgusting thing. It could actually be a really beautiful art medium, and it was stunned that Australia doesn't have that kind of stuff. At the same time, my dad was feeding me these old magazines, Oz magazines, that he'd actually collected and saved from the 60s. So I started to, really enjoy this kind of great thing that could be really funny and smart and also collectible. So I let my mind wander. So this is my mind wandering through space, and when I had inspiration, it came like wild stallions. I can't believe I found an image to actually go with that. So I was moving to Melbourne and studying publishing and this kind of thing, so decided to make this thing happen. This is a picture of inside the internet. This is actually what inside the internet looks like. Why did I reject it? Well, because it's about to happen. It's funny when it happens. There, like lazy Linda and my dad, I believe that there is something kind of amazing about actually holding something and collecting something, and and so decided that print, like Suzanne, that there was a lot of worth in that medium. So it had to be an objet d'art. The focus became on the design of the magazine, and also we did things like decide to have colour exhibition space for artists and commission work and that kind of thing. Sorry, Brent. So at that time I was working with a curator and a friend called Josie Vesley Manning down in Melbourne, and she helped me put on this first gig, this first fundraising event that we did. It was a total flop. Everyone got so smashed they completely forgot why they were there. So including the auctioneer, you can see up there having a great time. And then we got an Arts Council fund, so that's me just after we got the grant. So all we needed now was a bunch of talent ideas and a lot of time. Much longer than you can ever believe. So 15 months later, the first edition was born, edition 0. We did 1,000 copies. It was a cheap run from China, which was a really good point that Suzanne made. Unfortunately, that's one of the down points of print. We had to do that. So basically, the idea of Ampersand is that it's a curiosity journal that combines sort of serious dissertations on societal change and the human condition through multidisciplines, and it's also fun. We thought that publications like Meanjin and Quadrant and those literary journals had lost their currency because they were up there on us. So we didn't want to do that. So anyway, one of the other great things about doing this was the collaborations that I got to do with lots of other people. So the previous slide was the Suitcase Royale. This was designed by Kelly Doley from Brown Council. So distribution is, domestically and internationally, it's definitely one of the big downfalls of going print rather than digital. It's an automatic problem. Its distribution's very expensive. Looking looking after invoices and orders is actually a full-time job. So all the money went away. I don't know how it happened. It just did. And so I didn't have any money again. And so I put all my eggs in one basket and tried to go for a couple of grants that I didn't get, and actually went with sponsors. This is Janus Faces, the second issue being delivered to my house by a very nice large man. The print run was 4,000 copies, so it was a big step up, and I had a distributor as well who's doing, you know, independent galleries and independent bookshops and art galleries. We did another collaboration with Performance Space and also with Willow S. Wayland, the artist. We made a DVD of her work, and these are my amazing friends sticking those DVDs onto the back covers of the magazines. And yeah, so this is a work by Eric Kessel's, the Amsterdam, he actually runs an advertising agency. But the point of this is just to say that the idea that this thing became something that was really beautiful did actually end up being successful, because it's outsold much better in galleries than it has in bookshops. And this is another commission sort of collaboration with an illustrator called Simon Greiner, who's allowing me to indulge my obsession with time travel. Yeah, so we had about 28 contributors, Australian and from overseas. And this is the end result. A magazine that you can keep by the loo and read when you're in there. And that's the idea. Sorry, it's not a great picture to leave you with, but the idea is to make something that's tangible and that you can hold on to and collect, you know, was a big part of the project, as opposed to this kind of discard sort of culture of the digital world. So that's it. Thank you, everybody.